Nick did a drawing video last week, so I thought I'd do a drawing video as well. Not to be competitive, but just for funsies. So this is my most recent sketchbook. I don't think I've talked about this on here yet. But I started in 2025 keeping a daily journal. And it's pretty loose. I'm trying to keep this pretty like spontaneous and improvisational, and trying to make it not just like a list of things that happened, but like trying to incorporate those things into the drawings. And it's been really fun. I've done one every day. Today's February something, February 12th, I think. And I've done one every day. So some kind of drawing every day has been really nice. And I'm also working on ATP too, so this is like a nice little warm up to that. Let's see if I can find the first day here. So I'm just gonna flip through this here really quick, and then I'm gonna do today's drawing like on the air. Spontaneous. All right, so Happy New Year. This is kind of how it started. I was just sort of doodling here at the end of the year, and my wife had this question that we were answering. What resources, skills, and practices can you rely on in the coming year? And I said, for others, being a supportive, reliable partner, being a trustworthy adult, and someone to look up to for the kids, for my students. For myself, art practices for calm and escape from the news, and cooking healthy and delicious food for us and others. We're big food people in this house. Actually, this is all these questions were things we were working on. What are you proud of in the last year? What's giving you anxiety? What did this year leave you yearning for? Is an interesting one. What are your wildest, most harebrained ideas and dreams? Opening some kind of physical space for creative learning and expression. And I don't know, somebody wanted to make ATP into a movie. I'm not gonna say no. Give me your money. So then I just thought it'd be cool to just like, write the date somewhere on the page and just draw. Every page is its own kind of thing. On New Year's Day, we watched Billy Baldwin's Sliver film. I mean, I guess that's not Billy Baldwin's film, but he's in it. So I'm not going to go into too much detail here because I want to do some drawing. But yeah, every day I've just been kind of putting some stuff in here, keeping it spontaneous, and talking about movies I've seen, or this was all during the first week of school. There's some school stuff in here. Yeah, I don't know, just trying to keep track of a little bit of time, especially during the school year. These days just kind of like show up and disappear. When you're teaching, you're like so in the zone that you just kind of get to school, and then all of a sudden the day's over because you just like kind of have to keep grooving. So I'm just trying to like differentiate the days a little bit, and this has honestly been really helpful. Like sometimes I'll get to the end of the week. Before I was doing this, I'll get to the end of the week and say like, what the fuck happened this week? Like I literally can't remember. And so now that I have this as part of my like intentions for the day, I feel like I'm a little more present, and I'm recording things maybe a little more, my brain is recording things with a little more presence of mind. Here's some portraits of one of Earth's true scumbags, Rudy Giuliani. Taking a break from Instagram because fuck that shit. This was a post that I put in for that, so that was just kind of the drawing for that day. I was stamping these for a little while, but I'm not anymore. Yeah, so this has been really nice. I've been cleaning out different pens too. I cleaned out this fountain pen that I really like. We're keeping it all black and white. I might do some color in here maybe at the end. I don't know. I'm not sure if this is something I want to publish or not. It's kind of, for now, just sort of like a thing that I'm interested in keeping here. But I started putting in some little comics here, just like little experiences. And comics are really kind of they're an incredible way to document something that happened, because if you just write it down, it's just kind of like, I don't know, unless you're like a poet or something, you're not totally capturing that moment in time. But I think there's something about comics where it's like you can kind of get the pacing a little bit of something that had happened in real life, and puts you back in that mode a little bit. Like as I'm looking through this here, even though it was just from a month ago, I feel like I'm back in this place mentally in a way that I maybe wouldn't have been if I just wrote this down. So I don't know if these will be interesting or funny for anyone else to read, but I highly recommend this as just like a practice, just a thing to kind of like demarcate the passage of time a little bit, which is something that I've explored a little bit in my comics, and just something that I'm really interested in general, just sort of like how we process time, how we perceive time, how we experience time as we get older, and these time increments become smaller and smaller percentages of our lives. They feel faster. So how do we change our perception of these things so that time doesn't just like evaporate, you know? I don't want to wake up and just be like, what happened to the last, 20 years? So even if I forget, now I can look at these and I'll get right back in that spot. Man, this kid told the most perfect classic little kid joke. What does space smell like? Uranus. Well done. Bravo. Nothing but heat from these kids these days. Just different things. Christina got me this fortune from a fortune cookie on a Thursday. It said, on Thursday, your creativity will soar to new heights. I don't really believe in any kind of higher power, but these like funny little coincidences are fun to document. Yeah, anyway, so lists, doodles, characters, oftentimes whatever I'm drawing has nothing to do with whatever I'm writing about. Like this, I got a crumb sketchbook over the weekend, so I was like, I'm gonna try to draw like I'll get the rapidographs out and start to draw some like crumb related things. It's really liberating to just say like, you could just do whatever, and then you can just put the word balloons in someone's mouth and have it be like whatever was part of the day. I don't know. So if you're an illustrator, or if you're just, anybody, I highly recommend this. Your journal or your diary or whatever can be anything. Like I used to think that if you're keeping a diary, there were like rules to it or something, or you'd just like write them down in a list. I actually found a diary I forgot I was keeping one a while ago, and it's like 10 pages of words. I don't want to look at that shit. I guess that's a pretty good place to stop. Went a little longer than I usually do because I thought it'd be fun for the video, but I don't know. I guess I did this partly because whenever I come home, my tendency used to be that I would, check the news and kind of see what's going on in the world, and just can't seem to bring myself to do that. It just makes me feel like shit. So instead, I come home, I do a little drawing, I kind of recap, download from the day, give myself a little space, and then if I'm really jonesing for like some news or something, I'll do that. But I don't know, man. You gotta create some distance between that stuff. You gotta create some space between the constant barrage of just horrible insanity that's happening. It's always been happening. It just seems like there's more of it now. I don't know. Conversation for a different day. But I don't know. I hope this is inspiring. I like to draw with a pen only. I always tell people, if they say like, how do I get better at drawing? I always say like, well, there's no good, there's no bad, but if you want to get better if you want to improve however the way is that you like to draw, I think the best way to challenge yourself to really pay attention to what you're doing, and the best way to sort of like, I don't know, level up yourself, for lack of a better word, and just sort of refine your own drawing style. I mean, you can't go wrong with just putting a pen down on the paper, because you're gonna go slower, you're gonna pay a little more attention, and you can't erase it. So whatever the mark is that you make, you gotta kind of roll with it. You gotta respond to it. And it's something I tell the students all the time, like in an effort not to throw paper in the garbage, I always say like, okay, what else can we do with this? Like, this wasn't maybe the intention to make that shape, but what can we do? What can we do to respond to this line in a certain kind of way, and maybe have some sort of happy discovery along the way. And then the more you do that, the more those sort of happy accidents or happy discoveries sort of become your drawing style, I think, if you like drawing with a pen. Some people don't. Some people don't like doing it. They think it's really stressful and frustrating and annoying. But it's something that I highly recommend anytime people ask me about drawing or getting better or something like that, especially if you're looking at something. If you're looking at something and you're drawing with a pencil, if you're observing some sort of object, you're going to really you're going to go really slow. Slow is not a bad thing, but you're going to be looking at it, and you're going to be focused on each little tiny thing that you're making. And I think, the sketching and erasing and sketching and erasing and sketching and erasing, you're reaching for some sort of verisimilitude or, representational perfection. And I think when you draw something with a pen, you're really more recording the moment in time that you're looking at the thing, and that's kind of more important. I think there's a lot of artists out there who talk about drawing from life is looking, drawing is seeing. It's not the drawing itself. Drawing is a verb, and I can't recommend it highly enough. So I really recommend some sort of pen doodling kind of situation if you're interested in it. Because if I was to sketch this out and then erase it and then try to perfect it and then ink over top of it, this video would have been an hour and a half. But instead, we do this easy breezy and keep on rolling. I like these rapidographs. They're expensive, but you can get them cheap on eBay. You can get full sets of them on eBay because people let them clog up. They don't want to clean them, and they get rid of them. But most often you can find them on eBay used, and all it takes is a little bit of diligence. I got this pen cleaning kit many years ago and still works great. Really, all you have to do is like take the pen apart down to its component parts. It sounds intimidating, but it's really not. Get some Q-tips, clean it all out, get that little sprayer thingy, and you're good to go. I have noticed, I just bought one of these the other day because I had a gift card at Blick. Look how shitty. Just look what happens over time. Like, this is an older one I got on eBay. Look how shitty the printing and the quality is on this new one. Like, it's basically the same pen. I still like writing with it, but I don't know. Why don't they pay attention to this stuff anymore? Like, this thing's probably 30 years old. It still looks great. Maybe we'll do another episode on rapidograph pens specifically. I just ordered some vintage ones off eBay actually the other day. They have like brass fittings and stuff. So I don't know if you're a pen head. Maybe we'll dig deep into pens. Maybe Nick and I'll do that together actually. But I got a few of these different sizes. I like them. They do clog up. You got to take care of them, but cleaning them out is super satisfying. All right. So anyway, I hope this was inspirational. Hope it's useful. I highly recommend keeping some sort of like doodle journal as just a little way to keep track of little moments. Like earlier this morning, I saw someone had written "love you" in the condensation of a bagel shop, and I couldn't take a picture of it because the camera wouldn't capture it from the lighting and the angle, but record it. Why not? Maybe it'll jog my memory and pull up a mental image at some point in the future. All right. We'll be back next week with a double episode, and hope you're well. Take care of yourselves. Be good to each other. Toodles.